Hello, I'm Blood, and this is.
I am Necro here to provide some entertaining combat.
Today we're playing Firelock 198X. Firelock 198X is a fantasy Cold War tabletop game. In this scenario, we are playing the beginning scenario in the handbook. If I can. Come on, me. I can do this. The beginning scenario, the Sideland Border Patrol, the skirmish on the Hackensack. The Hackensack River is the border between the Intermarium and the Ebon Forest, along the edge of the Cantenbergen mountain range in Seideland, where the snow-capped peaks give way to dense, forested river valleys. Near the city of Heimeyer, the formal border lies between the shallow Hackensack River. Architecture in human and Lupark styles can be found on both sides of the river. Its banks have changed hands many times. While it has been a long time since the tread marks of long tank columns cut across the smooth riverbed, this quiet border sector remains a hotbed of intrigue, espionage, illegal trading, and recurring back and forth raids by small, lightly equipped formations. One such force is now ours to lead against the enemy. Consider it our first test. The forces is a platoon v platoon style fight of 100 points. I am Blue 4. I am the first platoon. Company B, 182nd Motor rifles, the empty pockets. I have a motorized infantry platoon with light weapons and attached scout snipers, and I deploy on the southern map edge. Necro is playing Grey 4, their 2nd Section, 1st Company, 21st Regiment Infantry Legere, Stumptails. They're well-armed, aggressive infantry dismounts deployed on the northern map edge. The map and objective is a 72 by 48 fucking battle map. This is in inches, so it's about 5 feet by 4 feet long. If you want to play this at home. We're currently using Tabletop Simulator. It has a whole module that has all of the maps for the scenarios and stuff, and you can even make your own maps. It's really cool. The misty banks of the peopled Hackensack River has bulging hills, dense woods, and 3 crossings: the Howard Bridge, Rutgers Isle, and shallows near the cornfields. One player must hold more objectives than the enemy by the end of the 6th round, hold all 3 objectives at the end of the round, or eliminate all enemy attack homes. So, the 3 objectives is... Come on. Come on. There we go. The bridge, the uh, island, and the crossing on the right here. So let me just grab the objective tokens. I'm going to pause that actually for now while I'm explaining stuff. Do you see an objective token, Necro?
Not yet.
Oh, wait. Search. Found it. There we go. All right, so I'm playing the Blue 4 1st 82nd Motor Rifles, the Empty Pockets division. Empty Pockets. We are the 1st platoon of Company B, 1st Battalion. Wasn't more than 2 days ago. I'd been on post when the sirens rang. Out the door, just after dawn. On the way, they filled me in. Dog faces on the Hackensack. Big, mad mugs full of sharp teeth. And me, who'd signed for dental. Arnold Knappen, Ranker, 1st 82nd Motor Rifles. Let me just close that. The prelude for the first 82nd Motor Rifles. The 1st Platoon, Company B, 1st Battalion, 82nd Motor Rifle Regiment. A pompous formal title for 50-odd drunkards, gamblers, and former inmates, and benefits collectors. Garrison and Heimeyer, Company B's 3 platoons must defend the local stretch of the Hackensack against Lupark raids coming over the border. This working area is too broad for a static defense, so the company must respond aggressively when the alarm is raised. First platoon was unlucky enough to be on the closest on hand today. Its mounted troops rolled swiftly for the river, hoping to deny the enemy the chance to cross at all. My intelligence states that roughly 20 minutes ago, embedded spies on the Ebon Forest side of the river reported a Grey 4 advancing under cover of darkness. Their estimate puts them at roughly reinforced platoon strength. They will likely outnumber my platoon. No supporting vehicles were spotted for Grey 4. It is almost certain that their forces will consist wholly of dismounted infantry and weapons teams. This is cold comfort. Looper are fast runners and trained infiltrators. They may have ambush positions already prepared near the riverbanks, including terrain. Based on previous raiding parties, it's likely that Grey 4 will bring anti-armor capabilities, most typically man-portable guided missiles and recoilless rifles. First platoon's thin-skinned personnel carriers must take care. I have a composition of one platoon with 3 sections, and that is all for me. Necro, why don't you go on ahead?
Alrighty. So, the intelligence of our superior forces have let us know that our scouts have spotted the Federals on the side, attempting to make a rapid reaction. They have their personal carriers and are supposed to be at roughly platoon strength. On one hand, we outnumber the enemy fairly well, but those personnel carriers will give them an edge, especially with the roads and the gunpowder. But their infantry will be far inferior when compared to the woven fangs and claws. So if we can figure out a way to prevent them from keeping their distance, our machetes will likely have a fun time with their vulnerable throats. My forces are currently consisting of 4 groups, mostly consisting of various anti-armors and infantry.
Do you want to read your quote in Prelude?
Def- It is the early morning. The rain has kept the blue soldiers in their comfortable barracks, but a little water is no problem for the thick-pilted men of 2E. More important things are on their minds. The enemy is near. At the stroke of midnight, they slipped past the wire of their encampments to embark on their raiding mission. Their orders are to gain access to federal territory and put the rural industry around the area to the torch. It will not be easy, for the enemy is numerous and well equipped.
Do you want to read your quote at the top there?
Not particularly, now.
Understood. All right.
I appreciate that, but I do not think I can give the wolf people the justice they deserve.
You cannot speak French. Oh, mon
I mean,
ami.
there's that. I would like this video to stay on YouTube.
All right. So, this is our first game playing Firelock 198X. I was really enamored with the artwork, and that's how I discovered this game. Uh, but I pulled along Necro because Necro's usually willing to humor me when I want to do stuff.
Yep, someone needs to babysit you.
All right. So when starting the game, before the first full round of the game, armies must deploy onto the field. To determine who starts the deployment, the players roll for initiative unless otherwise specified otherwise. When rolling for initiative, each player rolls a single d6. If they get the same number, just re-roll. There's rules for 3 or more players, but it's only us 2 for today. So I'm going to roll 6.
How do I?
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Or 1.
1. Okay, I deploy
I guess we're
first.
going first.
Yeah, sorry. Uh,
That's fair.
Players take turns deploying units in initiative order. All units are deployed as blinds. All right, a blind is these things. I'll explain the rules on how blinds work later, but needless to say, we read ahead on like what stuff does. So my units are embarked onto vehicles. This is a vehicle blind. So I just basically deploy these however I wish. Alright, so I look at my notebook. And my first unit is Boyelvik. Okay. So once they're deployed, you make sure that their rear base arc is on your map edge. And then it takes a normal movement action. No command token is required for this. It cannot be a brigade move. Units can sprint, road dash, and deploy while being towed, embarked, or descenting on a vehicle. Embarked or descending infantry can disembark and move away from the carrier as a move on their own separate turn. So I have like 2 units inside this vehicle. So once I move the vehicle and then it's their turn to deploy, I can deploy them off the vehicle as is. All right, now I'm going to start the music. So I actually have to go find the unit for this because normally when you hover over it, it shows the stats. Unfortunately, it's blind, so I can't.
Yeah.
So this okay. I'm gonna have to fucking look at what this means because I didn't memorize what all the stuff means. All right, so the S is a spotting distance. It's a movement 8. Okay. Actually, I can just stay here. God, it's fucking cold.
Most likely.
Can I find the... Alright, the road dash. Control F, road dash. Okay, so road dash, if it's a wheeled vehicle, it may add the quality statistic to the base movement statistic. That means I can go to here to deployment. And it is quality 2, so that means I can move 10 inches. Alright, so I'm just going to, do it like this, because it's, judging from the middle of my base, I think that's fine, right?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. Alright, your turn.
Alrighty, so let me check my list, see which one is which. I think I'll take this one, deploy it here in this forest, and we can discuss how forests interact with units if you wish to bring that up.
Yes, where is that? Is that in the movement phase rules?
I would assume it's in the movement phase.
Maneuver phase. Alright, forest terrain type. It has an occlusion height of 2. It has a cover modifier of -1 for infantry and vehicles. It has an entrance and exit cost of 0 for infantry and vehicles. A vehicle modifier has half movement speed. Alright, okay, occlusion height is, occlusion height breaks the line of sight for any units with a height statistic equal to or less than the terrain's height. For example, on occlusion height 2, forests blocks the line of sight of height 1 and 2 units. Some units have like greater height. For example, the mushroom people, they have like walkers, so they can actually like have different height values. And also aircraft.
So if they're under that height, they can't see through it?
Yes. So if I were to put, say, guys in here, they could, and I had to move them to the 3rd floor and then they could see over the forest.
Alright.
Um,
But if something is in it, would they be able to
I think
see out?
yes, if they're in it, they can see out.
Alright.
Let me just finish reading this. So that's the inclusion. The cover modifier is just basically modifies like attack rolls inside of it. Hit by a weapon with a 2 kill number of 2+, will survive on a result of 1 or 2. As a roll of 2 will reduce the modifier by 1. Cover. Oh. Entrance and exit. These movement costs represent difficulty of entry or exit in the terrain. 2 values in inches for infantry and vehicles respectively. So it's, because it's normal forest, you don't have to roll.
Makes sense.
Wheeled vehicles pay an additional 1 inch to enter and exit terrain. Let me just double check. Okay, so you have to have the front of your base with your front firing arc in outside of it to be in ambush, which means you're hidden and you can see out of it. Line of sight may be drawn to and from the exposed part of the ambusher's arc for the purpose of spotting and firing. Units can only be spotted by enemy units if they are 6 inches away or closer. An ambushing unit may spot outlying enemies as usual. Okay, units whose bases are fully inside occluding terrain are in concealment. Line of sight cannot be drawn to or from a concealed unit, thus they can't normally be spotted. If a unit's center is in occluding terrain but has at least one of its arcs fully exposed to the outside, it is in ambush. Line of sight may be drawn to and from the exposed part of the ambusher's arc for the purposes of spotting and firing. Units in ambush can only be spotted by enemy units if they are 6 inches away or closer. An ambushing unit...
So, for example, right here, it's just occluded the forest. But if it were to be moved like so, this would be classified as an ambush, correct?
Like so. Yes.
I'm not quite sure how to...
Alexa, stop. Sorry, go on.
Yep. So the border of whatever you're ambushing from has to be overlapping with your exposed front.
Yes. And it has to have the whole map base edge. If it was just like this, it wouldn't count.
Correct.
And let me guess, you infiltrated.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just bringing that over for an example.
You were really making me shit myself there. Because I know you're going to infiltrate.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Alright,
Yeah, but I will do my...
Your movement.
Yeah. No, they don't quite reach there. But what they can do is, I'm assuming, they'll be able to spend their movement to get into this building. Of course, they'll probably need to spend more movement to get up a floor, but...
Let me actually read how... Because structures probably require something.
Yep, let's explain the rule on that while we're at it, since we're discussing infantry.
So, structures are vehicle inaccessible. When infantry enter a structure, they are placed inside and said to be garrisoned. Up to 3 infantry units, either squads or teams, can be garrisoned in an individual structure at any time. Garrison infantry units are considered to be in ambush. The entrance and exit cost is 1 inch for infantry.
So in which case, this unit could not do that, because...
Moving between buildings costs 2. Units cannot move through a structure without first entering it. They may enter and exit from any point in full basal contact with a structure.
Okay, so if they get up to the structure, then they have to spend another inch to get into it.
Yes.
Alrighty, so in which case they'd take 4 to get up to the structure, then they can spend another move to plop themselves inside.
Then they can spend like the 1 inch, or like however many inches they can move to enter. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Go on.
Alright, so in which case, they can go from their map edge, spend 4 movements to get up to the building, spend their last inch to get inside the building, and they can be starting an ambush from this position.
Alright. Base replacement. When drawing line of sight, the structure is considered to be the base of all units in the structure. They must draw a line of sight out of any point on the structure's border and use the structure's height statistic instead of their own. Oh! Okay. All parts of the building are considered to be a garrisoned unit's front of non-radius attacks. The exact placement of units inside of a structure is irrelevant for firing in line of sight, except for measuring radii, in which case any garrison units within radius are hit. Indoor close combat. I'm not charging you. Fuck that. We'll get to that if that comes up. Adjacent buildings are units are not considered to be in base contact for purposes of close combat if garrisoned into adjacent buildings. Structures aren't always singular buildings. Okay. Height differences, advantages. If a unit drawing line of sight to a target has a height value of at least 1 greater than any including terrain in the way, the units may draw unincluded line of sight to each other, so long as the... As long as the lower unit is not within full terrain shadow, see below. This is called looking over terrain. Occluding terrain casts 6 inches of terrain shadow for all units except planes. If the unit's height is less than or equal to the occluding terrain, it is in full shadow. Taller units cannot look over the occluding terrain at it. So if I were to have a... I'm just going to use yours real quick. Here, I have to be within 6 inches of the you in the forest to see you. Because you're within the unit, the terrain shadow. I believe.
Okay.
We'll get to that later. Water and bridges.
So, for example, I can easily see, this unit would be able to see the bridge and anything around it, but anything over here would not be able to be seen due to this 3-story building in the way.
Yes, and the forest.
Correct, because the forest would be the same height as the
building. Yes.
building. This would also be safe. So pretty much just this bridge is a no-go. If I put anything there that can threaten the bridge.
Okay, let's go back to deployment. Alright, sorry, that took a while.
The beginnings are usually the most time-consuming of war games.
Why the fuck are you? Alright, so I can bring up my notepad. Alright. What does infiltration do?
Infiltration is a special rule that I think is unique to the Luparans, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But what it means is that normally a unit, as we've discussed, a unit deploys on the edge of the board and then does its movement as usual. Infiltrator completely swaps out the rule, and instead of deploying on the map edge and then moving, what instead they do is that they sacrifice their movement opportunity, but can deploy 16 from the map edge instead.
Oh, wow!
Assuming I have read that rule correctly. Yeah, so basically a lot of my stuff, if I choose to, could basically be right where this road is for the most part.
Okay.
Of course, after they make that, as I've mentioned, which just to make sure that people listening didn't mishear me, once they've made that infiltration and they get dropped wherever they are in that infiltration, they do not then get the following move from that usually is associated with deployment.
They just get to that's just it. They just deploy and they're done.
Yep, they get to deploy 16 inches from the map edge instead of deploying from the map edge and moving.
Oh, okay. For a moment there, I thought my one of my units had infiltrate. They don't.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it's a Luparan exclusive.
I mean, I have Luparic units, but not in this army. And I don't. I think they just get Pathfinder instead of Infiltrate. Kill. Okay. Alright, I'm just double checking something. Okay, okay, there it is. Oh, wow, that is super fucking useful. Okay. I'm gonna read what the rules for moving up, hills does.
I'm assuming your vehicles are not going to enjoy that.
Yeah, probably not. Deployment. Hills. Areas on the table may have elevated terrain to form hills. Hills are the height increase the height statistic of the units of the things that stand on top of them, in addition to the normal effects of the terrain on them. Hills on flat maps are indicated by contour lines representing steps in height. These triangles point towards the hilltop. The more triangles, the taller the hill. Each triangle means an increment of 1 additional height for any unit. Contour lines that are as tall or taller than a unit break line of sight to it through themselves, akin to including terrain, even the terrain on the hill is not including in and of itself. So, if I were to, like, put my guys right here, and you had guys right here, the line of sight would be broken because we have a fucking hill in the way. So if I do... So that's what's called being on the reverse slope. So if you had a unit here, and I had a unit here, we'd both be on reverse slopes. Then we can get to the summit, and that's called cresting.
That makes sense.
Do hills not count as a movement terrain? Oh. Okay, I think hills just count as normal terrain. Alright. What the heck is this song? I have heard this song before. Oh, that's right! Alright, and that is my movement. Thank you for your patience, Necro.
Well, that's fine. I'm likely going to take a little bit of time as well. So let's grab my next unit on the list. Making sure I'm using the hand sign. start them on map edge. Map. It. Okay, fine. You don't want to be perfectly on the map edge.
I'll allow it. It's less than the 1/10 of an inch. There we go.
Did I get it? There we go. If you complain enough, eventually things just work out.
Local government.
Yeah, and I'm sure what some people might be thinking is like, oh yeah, we're gonna go and deploy into another building again. And normally you might think, yeah, that's a smart idea. Problem about this particular building. There's a giant fuck off mountain in the way.
And then there's the forest as well, anyways.
Yeah, the forest isn't helping, but more importantly, this mountain is at least or greater than the height of any of these buildings. So
you'd have to get into the fucking concrete blockhouse there.
Yeah, I'd have to start. The best would be if I wanted to use buildings, would be starting here. But then in that case, that still leaves the issue that it still is the same height as the top of the mountain, which means it doesn't actually do much. So instead, what we're going to do is just going to move on down the road like some sort of civilized pauper.
Just
a bit subdued, but it will do.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, nice in the center. These objectives are like fine, right? The distance.
Probably.
Okay. Finally, Hans Linkman. Where the fuck should I deploy you? I'm just checking something for road dash. Okay, begins and ends its turn movement on road. It may road dash. That is actually very, very important. Alright, what the hell is your range for your weapons? I have you... Go on.
More than you would think.
Yeah.
Because they are guns, not bows.
Alright, I know what I'm going to do then. Four inches. Four inches. Alright, and then the vehicle has a quality of 2. So I can then move 2 free inches to represent the road dash. Alright, thank you.
Alrighty. Now now we can start playing around with a little bit of infiltration.
I just want to make sure for deployment on my end, because I may be messing this up. Keep going.
Alright. So as mentioned before, a unit with infiltrate will measure from the edge up to 16 inches. So anywhere from an edge up to 16.
Yeah, it's actually pretty far.
Exactly.
I think you could just deploy in that building.
In fact, you are correct. In which case, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this particular unit, infiltrate them into this 3-story.
That better be your fucking regulus rifle.
You'll find out when you scout ahead and get hit in the face.
Get hit in the snout, you mean?
You assume we're the ones getting hit. Unless there's something about your vehicles you haven't taught me.
They have guns. Every single last one.
I would hope so. They would not be a very effective fighting vehicle if they could not fight.
Oh my fucking god! My command unit has a pistol, and the pistol is modeled.
That's cute.
What is your movement? It is 8. Okay. Alright, that's my turn.
Alrighty. In which case, time for me to do some measuring. Because one of the things we can do, from the board edge, all the way up to the top of the mountain.
I know, that is so nice, isn't it?
We don't have to take the mountain, because we already live there.
Your pups are just camping up there. They were camping up there last night.
Absolutely. And we're just gonna... Yep, that's good enough. That's my deployment of a unit.
Okay, that's all my vehicles.
I believe... Okay, and then you can deploy your infantry from said vehicles.
Yes. Let me make sure how disembarking works, and read it out for you.
That would be helpful to share with our audience.
Alright, yes. Units can sprint, road dash, and deploy while being towed, embarked, or descanting on a vehicle. Embarked or descanting infantry can disembark and move away from the carrier as a move of their own on a separate turn. All units must deploy unless stated otherwise. Alright, F. Oh wow, basically all my units have that ability.
Makes sense. It is your key stuff.
Oh wow, that's actually super useful. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, dismounting. Disembarking? Alright. There it is. Embarking and descanting. To embark a vehicle, an infantry units move into full basal contact with it along any arc. Then declare embarkation. Temporarily remove the vehicle from the infantry from the table. Vehicles of the PCX arc special rule, i.e., personal carriers, can accept infantry embarkation. PC can carry X infantry teams. Squads count as 2 teams. So my vehicles, grumble. There we go. Can carry 3. All right. To disembark, place infantry in full basal contact with the arc listed in its PC special rule. The infantry then move as normal. Okay. So that means... No, wait, that's the wrong one. There it is. They have a movement of 5. Oh, that was a mistake on my end.
So you've deployed them too early?
No, they have to deploy from the rear arc of the vehicle.
Oh, so you should have backed up the hill.
Yes. I can then move 5 inches to the top of the hill. Actually, reverse slope of the hill. That's my turn?
Yeah, I think the Stark Force is classified as 3, correct?
2.
Oh no, all forces are 2?
I'm going to double check while you deploy your other guys.
This one?
Okay.
Ready, I have deployed, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, sorry.
Take your time. The more we learn now, the less we correct later.
Map types. Alright, I think there's just only one type of forest. And it's just changed for the purposes of...
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's how terrain shadows work.
Oh, have we learned?
Okay, oh, so... If you were behind this forest within 6 inches, even if I was on the 3 terrain, I can't see you because the forest is physically in the way in the arc. As if it's a 3D item.
That would make sense. Well, I'm assuming this grassland over this cornfield over here is just open space and doesn't actually provide any cover.
Alright, so there is fields. I think fields provide, like, protection? I'm looking.
Yeah, 'cause I'm assuming they're treated the same as the standard grasslands, and there's just different flavor.
Oh, there's the list of terrain types. Okay, fields provide occlusion height of 1 and provide no cover or entrance and exit stuff.
Huh.
So they do provide occlusion.
Alrighty. So better than nothing.
Okay, so dead ground. Okay, can you go to page 46 in the rulebook?
I can certainly try. Yes, what do you need me to look at?
Okay, is this dead ground or dense forest?
Let me.
I know there's a difference in shade of green. It's just really hard to tell. It's dead
That
ground.
building ruined.
Alright, it's dead ground because this is dense forest, and this is a slightly different shade of green.
Yep. Yep, so it's a...
It has no occlusion.
No, but it does provide cover.
Yes.
And if you're inside it, you are treated as if you were ambushing. I'm guessing it's like a big crater.
It basically means it's shrubland slash, it's not swamp. You know, it's like that, like, shrubland that you have, like, in like, the islands in the middle of, rivers.
I'm glad to know void is a type of terrain in this game.
Okay, so the Centagrian, the Atom Barons of Centagria, they have literally floating islands. They have literal floating islands. Is it your deployment or my deployment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, you should. 5. Okay, you deployed.
Deployed a unit over here to contest this one.
You just have to be within 6 inches, right?
Of the extra... Oh, I actually am contesting it already. I don't know if that actually claims the objective, but...
Only infantry can claim objectives, so that's 22.
Which, in fairness, everything I have is infantry, so...
Okay, so... Did I do that right? I probably did, because that's your gimme.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, that's your gimme. Alright.
And depending on how you argue it, my infantry in the building might also be contesting courage.
We'll have to see.
Because I believe...
No, you're just outside.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was mostly curious, because I know technically speaking you measure from the building itself, so... Since while they're in ambushing in a building, the building is treated as their model.
Okay, so that means next deployment. Come on, I can choose the right thing. I'm just consulting what my guys can do. Okay. Okay. Where is it? Come on. I'm in the right area. What's your range? Oh my god, they have that? Okay. Which case? Okay, and then you go here. You're disembarking. Oh wow, you only have a movement of 4. Yikes. Oh, mistake.
That's kind of rough considering most infantry have 5, I believe.
Your infantry at 5.
Oh, that's yeah, probably because I'm dog people, and we're good at running. Meanwhile, you are dwarfs with your stocky legs.
Yes, I am. I am dwarves. All right, that's my deployment.
Alrighty, in which case I'll deploy. Well, double measure that. Yes, basically. Yeah, right there. Just deploying some more units to charge the fields and take that straight, I guess you would call it.
The ford.
Yeah.
That's cute. You named them all Kibble.
Yeah, figured it was the a simple way to keep them in mind without giving too much away about them. Well, so I tried coming up with something more clever, we'd be here a bit longer.
I'm done. Go ahead. Your turn.
Alrighty. In which case, we'll this one over here. And pair it up with the unit on the hill.
This is literally just going to be like people screaming at each other because they can't shoot at each other.
Or an excuse for people not to shoot each other so I can get closer to you with my machete.
You just want to eat meat, don't you?
That's why you exist. If not want to be eaten, then why made of food?
Then why made of meat? Yeah, go ahead. Don't keep deploying. I'm done.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to rush you. I'm just saying that because I know I have like 4 more units that need to be deployed.
Some measuring. Yeah, but what am I? Units right here in this little forest. Keep them nice and included. Then I'll measure up my last one while you're busy deploying.
I can't deploy anything. I'm not deploying anything.
Oh, they're gonna stay in their vehicles?
Yes.
In which case we'll deploy.
Oh wow, I can definitely see how this would be like actually a really tough fight for both sides.
Because I don't have much in the way of armor, but I also have better positioning. Considering you have to slowly wind down the road, which makes you very predictable about where you're going to go.
Yes.
Unless you want to do something completely outlandish, but then you're not taking advantage of your vehicles. Which is your primary advantage against me.
Alright, once deployment is done, let's see. Alright, we now resolve line of sight for spotting and identification.
I did.
As
Double check if all my units have the same sight, which I'm assuming. Oh, nope, some of them do have different sight lines. Most of them are the same, just one exception.
okay. Remember, to spot a blind, it must be within spotting distance of your unit and cannot be concealed by terrain effects. If circumstances permit, blinds can simultaneously identify one another. Once identified, a unit stays identified for the remainder of the game. It will never become a blind again, even if no enemy can currently spot it. If a dummy is spotted, it's immediately removed from play. Remember, spotting and identification are different things. Blinds cannot choose to deliberately not spot an enemy. This is useful for disguising its true unit type. Remember, spotting and identification are different things. Blinds can choose deliberately not to spot an enemy. Embarked units are not identified with their carrier. Dissenting units are. You need to indicate that a carrier has embarked units, unlike those carrying dissenting infantry.
Alright, so it looks like we only have we have 2 units that might be able to spot. For your armor carriers, what's their sight range?
Alright,
If you assuming you wish to share that with the audience.
for purposes of the game, yes. They have a sight of 24.
Alright, well, all my infantry, with one exception, also have 24, which I don't know if you're able to see while they're in a building, but in theory, my building unit might be able to see your road unit, since I'm pretty sure the tree is 2 while I'm in a 3. That's like, and even then, I don't think it matters because I think I still have clear line of sight even without taking the 4. So it's because yeah, pretty much all my units have 24 with one exception, but that exception probably won't be important.
Okay. So your count as, I think you count as just visible in buildings.
Okay.
Garrison.
Ambush does not stop being detected.
Because I can still detect you because you would count as an ambush, and because your base is now all the all of the base edges of the building, that means I can see you from any angle.
Alrighty, so you'd be able to see what this unit is.
Yes.
Just as the unit can see your unit. Which means, if I understand it correctly, I believe we both need to now reveal our units, correct?
Yes. You scared the shit out of me.
Did I know?
Yeah, I thought for sure you would put a recoilless rifle in that building and be like, "Come get me, motherfucker."
That would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm just remembering War Thunder last night, and you and me just walking down that bridge for a good 40 seconds with my 8T cannon. So yeah, right. Go on.
Yeah. Although, this is more for the audience than for you, but do keep in mind that just because the Wolfmen are so strong, they carry a bunch of equipment, including, but not limited to, a rocket.
Yeah, an 8-inch rocket launcher.
So, we've got the rockets.
How's the... Never mind. Alright, so I have a Type 60 Grumble wheeled 8PC. And it has a machine gun and a 40mm automatic grenade launcher. What do you guys have for the purposes of the audience?
Well, for these particular units, they have a .30 LMG. Has a pretty decent range of about 10. The accuracy is a little messy. Its strength is somewhat pitiful, but because of its nature, it gets 2 dice instead of just 1. And as I mentioned earlier, they do have an RPG, which does mean they have some means of using some anti-armor capabilities against vehicles and whatnot. And their most important weapon is they're equipped with a machete, which lets them run into melee and do good damage.
Okay.
It is in fact better than their LMGs, assuming you can cross the distance.
Alright, so the support phase begins. So I get to go first because I rolled the higher initiative.
Correct.
Alright, support phase. Remove a number of pin tokens from each unit, including off-map units like planes, equal to its quality statistic. Remove stationary fire tokens from the previous round, but leave other tokens. Remove cleared emplacements. If any units are inside a damaging lingering radius, they are automatically hit. Roll to kill for each unit affected. Afterwards, roll 4+ to see if each lingering radius persists. 2. Resupply ammo to friendly units. 3. Generate command tokens. Collect a number of command tokens equal to the sum of the command statistics of your living TACOMs. Command tokens are not saved between rounds. Use them or lose them. Keep your number of tokens a secret. Declare called missions. In order of initiative, each player either passes or spends a command token to activate a TACOM to call a mission. The called support card is placed face up next to the TACOM. If calling a plane, reveal the plane being called. TACOMs can only call 1 mission each. Declare mission targets. Take turns declaring targets 1 mission at a time. Indicate the mission target by placing the support card next to it. TACOMs may either call a mission on a target or point on the ground in their own line of sight. A player may withdraw a card instead of declaring a target. If a card targets a withdrawn card, it also immediately withdraws. Declare close and fire. TACOMs which didn't activate to call a mission may now activate with a command token to select a friendly non-plane air targeting guided missile to fire a close-in shot. Remove counter-battery spotting tokens. We don't have artillery. Support mission types. Plane mission, fire missions. And then we go into the fire phase. Oh, shoot. Well, that's my fault. Okay. Command tokens. I just need to see how many command tokens I generate from my commander. I assume it's 3. I assume we both get, like, 3.
Assuming we're both using the basic bitch commander.
Yeah. So I have a C3, so I get 3.
Yep, I also have 3 command tokens. Which thankfully we can just steal the tokens from around the board.
Okay, so we then go into the fire phase. So I'm going to check my units to see if they have anything that can fire. Damn. I made a big fucking mistake.
Oh, apparently there are only 2 tokens. Could you clone one of these, please? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Love you. Okay,
we'll see how long that lasts.
Let's see. I think my Type 60 is going to consider shooting at you.
Keep in mind that it will be -2 because of the sturdy building.
Never mind. It's not within range.
I'm assuming firing is a different action to do.
Well, we're in the fire phase, so...
We do fire phase first?
Yeah, fire phase, then movement.
Oh, that is not what I'm used to in most games. Alrighty. In which case, I'm assuming no one's going... Well, Maybe. Let me. I need to check some of the ranges on some of my units. I might have some weird units. What's your range? No. Also, you don't have line of sight on anything. But you're the weird one I was worried about. Oh, of course you're gonna be a problem.
What's that?
I need to measure something real quick.
Oh, I can't see you anyways. Because of the building height.
Alrighty, so that's about, let's say 31 to 32 inches away.
Yeah, 31.2.
Alrighty, and okay, so if I want, I can in fact take a shot at you using one of my weapons.
Oh, is that where your Wireless Rifle team is?
Well, I guess we'll well, I would say we'd find out, but unfortunately this is probably gonna, it doesn't technically give away its position, but it does give away information that pretty much lets you know what it is.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
first
It's
off,
a beginning game.
yep. So it puts a token on itself to let it know that it's been fired. And now we need to, and because you are at the max possible range, we put 2 of these little time tokens on you.
Oh! I see.
Yep, because suddenly from one of the buildings in the back, a guided missile will shoot up into the air and start making its way towards your Type 60.
Enemy! 12 o'clock! Hi! That's an ATGM, motherfucker! Get behind cover!
And based on the rule for guided missiles, it doesn't get any accuracy penalties for
Long range?
half range.
Oh.
It doesn't get an accuracy modifier for half range or long range. And it's the range modifier is its time to target. And so because if we were at half range, it would be reduced by 1, so you only get 1. But because you're at full range, you get 2 tokens. And as soon as your time to target tokens go to 0, the attack will resolve immediately.
Okay, that's the...
So I'm assuming I'm understanding this correctly. You basically get 2 turns before you get pelted with a missile.
Make sure you write down how many ammo dice you have left.
Correct. Thankfully, they're it is. Thankfully, we have ammo dice to do that for us.
Okay, so we resolve the roll to hit once the 2 turns are up, right?
Correct. So unlike most weapons, which would do the attack immediately, this one has a timer on it. So it launches the attack, but we don't not resolve this attack until you are out of guided tokens. Guided missile token.
Guidance tokens, got it.
Do not say guidance. That is a completely separate mechanic.
Oh god, that's right.
Thankfully, for this game, if you want to, you can say that because I don't have any of the units that cause guidance. But if you're going to be playing as the wolf factions, do not use guidance as shorthand for your guided missiles.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Because guidance is, in fact, a totally separate mechanic for the wolf people. And so, unless something else, I'm assuming that's the end of the firing phase.
Yes, that was the end of the firing phase. It is now the movement phase.
Each of us uses... Well, I'm assuming it goes back and forth, and each of us can use one of our command tokens to do a movement.
Yes, we're now in the maneuver phase. Players take turns having their units take move actions until all units that are eligible to move have done so, or both players have run out of command tokens. Command token may be spent to take a turn, either to move one unit or pass without moving. So even doing nothing counts as a command token.
Oh, that is important.
All right. Rotation costs for infantry, you can turn 90 degrees for free. Vehicles, that's a movement. That's an inch. For helicopters, it's 45 degrees. For helicopters and aircraft. Players take turns having their units take move actions until all units that are eligible to have done so. A player may declare he is taking no more turns to keep the size of his pool secret. Units only move once units that have fired at stationary accuracy or have 0 movement cannot move when moving a unit for moving in rotation. Move it up to its movement statistic in inches, directly forwards or backwards. Reversing costs 2 inches of movement per 1 inch reversed. Oh, so if you're turning around, you have to turn around for like everything. I see. That's why facing matters.
Yeah, so if you wanted to try and go backwards while maintaining your frontwards facing, it would cost you twice your movement.
Yes. At any point during a move action, a unit may also rotate. Infantry rotate for free. Vehicles pay 1 inch for every 90 degrees. Helicopters pay 1 inch for 45 degrees or more. Okay. Remember that the cost of a turn is cumulative. If a unit rotates 90 degrees or more over the course of a move, it must pay inches of movement. Complex movement.
Do you mind if I interrupt you for a moment?
Of course.
The fucking models have different shadings.
What do you mean?
Your vehicle is probably the best example, but look at it from one side, then look at it from the other.
That's funny. Why? Oh, it's like in the back it's friendly, in the front it's hostile because point front towards enemy.
Okay, so that's intentional. That's a cute touch.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's the running theme of this game. It's cute.
It's very cute in that horrific sort of way.
It's a cat. It's adorably horrific.
All right.
We should be terrified, but instead we find it endearing. Sorry, I'm assuming you get to move first.
Yes. To embark a vehicle, an infantry unit. Oh shit. Okay, brigade moves. Units of the brigade XY special rule may declare a brigade move. A brigade move costs a command token to consume a TACOM's turn, just like a normal move action. TACOMs which activated in support phase can't brigade. So if you were like calling a fire mission, you can't brigade.
Okay, so they can only call in one mission, and brigade counts as a mission.
Yeah. Select up to X friendly units within Y radius to a regular move action on TACOM's part. Those friendly units can also all be moved in the same turn. Units participating in brigade move make their moves according to normal movement rules. They must end their movement within Y of a TACOM. If a unit cannot end its move within Y, it cannot participate in the brigade. All actions that can be taken during a normal move, embarking, disembarking, etc., can be taken while joining a brigade move. Brigades moves only ever cost 1 command token. Units that moved as part of maneuver phase just did their movement for the phase. Units that cannot move cannot start or participate in a brigade move. So, once a unit moves in a brigade move, that's their movement. Alright, so I just need to double check what my command distance is. 3 and 12 inches. Holy crap, that is good! Alright, I'm going to spend a command token. Brigade moving my 3 units here.
That will be helpful.
Alright, so...
I can only hope that the thing I shot at happens to be your commander. Or containment.
Okay, so... Turning 45... Bit less than 45, and then he is going to... That was 5 inches. Six inches. And then 7 inches because I have moved fully behind the building and turned 90 degrees. Okay, and would he still be within... Okay. Okay. 8.
And don't forget the vehicle modifier if you haven't already countered that yet.
I have. Okay. That's 6. And then 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 7. Yeah, 7. Then... Okay. That is my movement.
Okay, so it's time for me to take one of my command tokens and utilize it for some movement. And the movement we're going to use is to move up this unit into an ambush position by the river inside the forest.
Okay. I am going to move Griddle to the top of the hill.
In which case, I will use mine to move this unit into an ambush position by the river and the forest.
Alright. I'm going to disembark. Grease. No, wait, is it Grease? I'm going to disembark Stovepipe from the Grumble. And they are going to turn 90 degrees, and they're going to enter the building.
Convenient.
Can I disembark multiple units?
I guess the question is it an action for the infantry or for the vehicle? And does it even matter? That, my assumption would be that, yeah, you'd be able to disembark just fine if they're separate, but I'm assuming each one would be its own move action.
I believe so, yes.
So if you have I'm assuming if you have the command tokens for it, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it.
That's all 3 command.
Alrighty, in which case that leaves me to do a command. Which means I'm going to use my brigade action. I'm going to
Advance.
Yep, gonna be moving these units a little bit forward.
God, this sounds like something from... Oh my god, this probably is inspired for something from... I'm listening to this, like, royalties-free 80s soundtrack, and this is absolutely a song that's inspired from Valhalla. Alright, and that's the maneuver phase, correct?
I believe so, unless you have any other maneuvers to pull on me.
Nope. That means it's now close combat!
Is anyone within range for close combat?
I don't think so. Absolutely not.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I don't think anyone charged into each other during movement.
Okay. It is
But
now...
do we want to discuss that now, or do we want to wait until we eventually get into close combat?
Let's wait to see if we can get into close combat.
That's true, because I would like to get into close combat, but I understand that you would very much like me to not do that, so...
Alright, I'm going to use the Regalic die to represent the turn. That is the end of turn 1.
We also have a turn timer over here by the game assets token.
I am done.
Yep. So that should be the end of turn 1, yes?
Yep.
We're on turn 2.
You're probably going to win this. I'm fully betting.
We'll see, because I do feel like I have the initial advantage, because I have a lot of anti-armor, and you're mostly an armored unit. But on the other hand, you do have more numbers than me, so you might just have more raw damage.
Okay.
Or at least more dice.
It is now...
Which, as we know in wargames, the more dice you throw, the more likely you are to win.
It is now the upkeep phase. Recover your command tokens. No one got shot. No one can resupply ammo. We generate our command tokens again. Declare called missions. Declare mission targets. Declare close and fire. We're not doing any support missions, so it's now the fire phase.
Alrighty. So we'll take away one of your guided missile tokens. You are one phase closer. You're one turn closer to getting hit by that missile.
When's identification again?
An excellent question.
Identification phase is at the end of the maneuver phase.
Alrighty, so I guess we need to see if anyone can identify each other.
We should have done that last turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're just about to start the firing phase.
That's right, so we still have time to actually do...
Yeah, so we can just go... So before we actually fire at anyone...
Alright, let's start from the bridge to the other side.
Alrighty, so... Yeah, mine stuff has... Again, Pretty much all my stuff has 24, and I'm assuming most of your stuff has 24, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so question is, would they be able to see my ambush in the forest, and can I see your units in this bridge and or forest?
1 second.
Because I believe
Check spotting.
buildings don't hide, but...
While spotting, and thus identification can happen after any move action, this phase serves as a formal look over the board to ensure nothing is missed. To spot a blind, it must be within the spotting distance of the unit, and it cannot be concealed by terrain effects. See Chapter 5. If circumstance permits, blinds can simultaneously identify one another. Once identified, a unit stays identified. Blinds can choose to deliberately not spot an enemy. Embarked units are not identified with their carrier. Distancing units are. Okay, Chapter 5, Spotting. Okay. Units whose bases are fully inside, including terrain, are in concealment. Line of sight cannot be drawn to or from a concealed unit, thus they can't normally be spotted. If a unit's center is an including terrain but has at least one of its arcs fully exposed, it is an ambush. Line of sight may be drawn to and from the exposed part of the ambushing arcs for the purpose of spotting and firing. Units in ambush can only be spotted by enemy units if they are 6 inches away or closer.
Oh, so my ambushed units can't be spotted, but my ambush units can spot this unit in the building.
Yes. The thing is, though, I can still spot them if I hit you successfully.
Correct. Alright. Because being in a building does not count as ambush. Correct?
I don't know. We may have fucked up in that. Structures are artificial terrain like building or bunkers. They are isolated features. Okay, no, you are not spotted when you're in buildings. So you can go ahead and obscure your guy. I am sorry, Necro.
That's fair. And so, yeah, we might know what that is, but thankfully that doesn't matter much because it's just basic infantry, and half my army is basic infantry, so you have about a 50-50 to determine which is basic infantry.
Yes.
So that doesn't really tell you a whole lot.
Okay, but I can see these guys here.
Oh yeah, because you're on a 3, aren't you?
Yep.
Which means I get to reveal.
Wait, no, not yet. Not yet.
Oh no, I don't reveal them yet.
Because
you're deciding if you want to reveal them or not.
No, I just need to make sure that I'm within spotting distance. Quick reference sheet. Okay.
Well, so, also another issue we might be running into is what am I classified as in the shadow?
No, because it doesn't provide occlusion.
Oh, that's right, because it's not a forest, this is a dead zone. You are correct.
This green part would be a forest.
But would that be enough?
For that unit, yes. Not for the one on the left.
Ooh, shame. So one unit is spotted, the other one is not. And are you choosing to spot them?
Yes.
Alright, in which case we shall reveal what this unit is.
Is it your TACOM?
It is my subaltern team.
Oh, clever!
Yep. So for other people who might be confused by what happened, normally your brigade is done by your commander. But certain units also get brigade without being TACCOM. So my subaltern team has brigade, which means that whenever my TACCOM calls for a brigade move, the subaltern can be the source of it instead, as long as they are within range of the brigade as usual. So, as Blood has learned, I made it think that my TACCOM was marching down the center, when in reality it was just my lieutenant.
I thought it was really suspicious that you were charging your TACOM down the center. Alright,
This means that you don't know where my TACCOM is still.
I have a pretty good guess where it is, but yes, that is well played. Alright. I'm just
Okay,
double checking that because I can see these guys if I can see over your occlusion.
Which, yeah, I believe the fields are
Occlusion
an
1.
occlusion of 1. So yeah, these should
I
be
need to make
spotted,
sure
but-
though. I need to make sure.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if just being occluded provides you cover or if it's only for occlusions that are inferior to your own.
Identification. Close combat phase. Unoccluded direct fire. So this would be chapter 5. Opposing units which end up in basal contact enter close combat. Fire between units in close combat. Nope. Nope. Dogfights. Objective phase. Terrain height. Break line of sight. Is terrain's height, for example, on inclusion height of 2 forest blocks line of sight of height 1 and 2 units. Cover modifier. Concealment and ambushes. Including terrain are concealment. Line of sight cannot be drawn to or from a concealed unit, thus they cannot normally be spotted. If a unit center is an including terrain, but it has at least one of its arcs fully exposed to the outside, it is an ambush. Line of sight may be drawn to and from the exposed parts of the ambush, or arc, for the purposes of spotting and firing. Contour lines that are as tall or taller than a unit break line of sight to it through themselves. Height difference is an advantage. If a unit drawing line of sight to a target has a height value of at least 1 greater than any including terrain in the way, the unit may draw unincluded line of sight to each other so long as the lower unit is not within full terrain shadow.
Alright, which means that my units in the field are spotted.
Because you're within the terrain shadow still.
Because I'm fully inside the terrain?
Yes. So if you're in
so
ambush, I could see you. Has at least a line of sight 2 greater than the occlusion terrain. Oh no! Okay. If a unit drawing line of sight to a target has a height value at least 2 greater than the occlusion height of the shorter unit's terrain, the taller unit has vantage. It may look into the lower unit's terrain and draw unoccluded line of sight if the target is within 12 inches, even if the target is concealed or in terrain shadow. Okay, so I can't see those guys. They're way too far away. I can't see that guy because you're within the terrain shadow. I can see your subaltern team. Okay, I am sorry.
This is good that we're getting this out of the way now.
Yes.
Which is also why the ones in the forest ambush can't be spied by the ones in the building.
Because it's not 2 or higher.
Yep, because while the units themselves might be a 1, the forest is a 2, which matches the building.
Yeah. Okay. Less than or equal to the occluding terrain is in full shadow. Tall units cannot look over the occluding terrain at all. If it Okay. Alright, so that has been the observation phase. We are now into the fire phase.
I've already removed the token, so you're 1 closer to Kaboom.
Okay. Alright, I can go to my guys. let's see what my tank can do. Have I gone past? I've probably gone past it. There it is. Nope. Okay. Nope. All right.
Shooting me?
Yes, I'm just trying to determine. Yeah, I'm going to shoot your subaltern team. I just need to double check what stuff means. Okay. Control F, small arms. Alright, so. Okay, that's actually interesting. No CC. Okay. Oh! Oh, wow, that's actually really impressive. Unfortunately, I don't think you have that. Then. Okay, that's actually really scary. Okay, let's resolve the firing. Fire action, declarations, or resolution. Okay. So this has an accuracy of 2+. You are not in cover. Correct?
Yeah, I do not believe we are counted as cover. I believe this is a standard grass field or whatever you call it.
All right. I hit.
Oh news.
And this is against your subaltern team.
Yep. I believe they have a toughness of 1. If assuming that's what the T stands for.
Toughness of 1. Okay, let's double check in the unit card stuff. So the unit card, I'm just going to change here so I can show the people who are at home. The unit card has a toughness value, that T1686. So toughness, 3 numbers indicating the unit's resilience damage on its front, side, and rear arcs respectively, and this is a subaltern team. So that's a 1, 1 minus, and 1 minus. So this is why flanking matters for like people, especially for infantry. Generic special rules are italicized. Okay. Okay. And then the strength with less than toughness. Alright. So the strength of this weapon is 1. So it's a 4+ to wound. So I roll another dice. And I have to get 4 up. And that's a wound.
Alrighty.
Alright.
And I believe there's a difference between a team and a squad, correct?
Yes. So you take a depletion token.
Let's see, depletion token. So now it is a subaltern squad.
No, it starts squad, then to team.
Oh. Oh, is it already a team, though?
Yes.
Which means it just... assuming I'm understanding the rules correctly, does that mean it's already eliminated?
I think there's a failure in the rules to point out what happens when a unit is wounded.
Well, I believe I'm pretty sure it just dies unless it says otherwise, which in this case, because it's a team and not a squad, I believe that means the subalternate team would just die, yes?
I'm trying to find it.
Because I know that some of the units are listed as squads and other of them are listed as teams.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's a particular choice.
Depletion. Okay. Squad can survive 1 kill result. It receives the depletion token, receives 3 pen, and counts as a team thereafter. Alright. So I think he is just dead. It gains a first time so okay, because as a team, it goes from a squad to a team. If a team, it dies.
Bleh.
Alright. Kill. Result. I'm trying to find the thing where it says in Fire where declaration and resolution. Roll to hit. Roll to kill. Oh, okay. So this is I rolled to kill. I killed. So team is dead. No, not the subaltern. Is that really it just shows the whole squad? Oh wow.
Yep. Yeah. Each of these tokens they have their standard, their hidden, and then finally their corpse.
If the target is spotted, choose either the moving or stationary accuracy of the weapon. Then add +1 half range modifier. This one doesn't have a half range modifier. The target is not spotted. The fire is forced to blind fire. It must roll 6+ to hit, regardless of its accuracy. Remember that spotting is shared by all friendly units. Roll to hit.
So some of you might have think I made a horrible decision, but this was just a teaching moment to show why it's important that you keep your terrain and occlusion in mind when you're making movements.
Yes. Planes may use their roll to kill. Apply pin tokens. So it said something that you could be spotted when you fire?
Well, that's important. That would be something that's good to know.
Right,
So I guess you might have a chance to get spotted.
This one specifically says it's discreet, so it can't be spotted when it fires.
Alrighty.
I'm just trying to figure that out because, you know.
Because I suspect that in a short while our units are going to start doing that.
Yeah, spotting each other like all the time. All right, determine the number for the to hit roll. Negative modifiers result if your target number to hit the enemy. Roll to hit. Track each result separately. Any die that meets or beats the target number is a hit, otherwise it is miss. A hit number of A++ always hits regardless of modifiers unless specified otherwise. Planes may use evasion. Roll to kill. Reroll every hit die to see if a target is killed. Compare the weapon's strength to the toughness of the enemy's arc that the fire is facing. If the attack is within half range, use the weapon's half range strength. A roll of 7 plus or 1 plus automatically fails or succeeds, respectively. A value of 1 plus or 1 minus for strength or toughness is equal to 1 but superior or inferior to 1, respectively, when directly opposed to 1. For example, a strength 1 plus versus a toughness 1 is a 3 plus kill roll. A strength 1 versus minus 1 is a 3 plus. So this was a strength 1 versus toughness 1, so that would be a 4 to hit. A 4 to kill, which we killed. This indicates that the attack strength is the target is in terrain with the cover modifier. Apply the cover modifier as a negative modifier to the roll result. To kill of plus plus means that it inflicts 2 automatic kills, not 1. If the kill number was not 7 plus, the result is 6 always kills regardless. Apply pin tokens. For any... Okay. The target's kill roll is 7 plus, it cannot increase. Pin effects, radius, guided missiles, indirect fire, light, heavy, infantry may go to ground instead of firing a weapon during their fire action. Put a gone to ground token next to the unit. They receive a -1 cover modifier and can fire in subsequent turns while retaining it. If they move, they lose the modifier and token. This action cannot be done in cover providing terrain. If infantry were gone to ground during the fire phase, in the maneuver phase they can't sprint. Firing from vehicles. Okay, so... Alright, so I don't know what I was talking about with the discrete thing, then. I am sorry that took like 5 minutes of reading.
That's fair.
Alright, where else can I shoot? Wait, no, it's your turn. Do you have anything you want to shoot?
Well, considering any shooting I do would basically be the +6 to shoot, if I even could. I think I'm gonna skip my shooting phase.
Okay.
Pretty sure I have to wait for my missile to land before I can shoot another one.
Wait, where's my infantry? Come on. Alright, and this is... Alright. Oh! F, ignore cover. Okay, so I am firing stovepipe into Kibble 3.
Alrighty. I believe now you need a roll of 6 to hit.
Yes. Because we are at 12.2, so we couldn't spot you even if we wanted to. That's a miss.
Fair enough.
A3 plus XX.
Alrighty, and I don't believe that reveals you when you take a shot.
Let me just double check in the identification phase. Okay, yeah, then I need an ammo dice. It is your turn.
Alright. So the question being,
Do you want to shoot
do
anything?
well, can I shoot anything? And the short answer is actually no. I'm not exactly in a position to shoot anyone with anything. So, so I think we're done with firing phase if you are.
Okay, yeah, I'm done with the firing phase. It's now the maneuver phase.
So now it's time to move some stuff into position.
Yep, alright.
So feel free to do your first maneuver.
I would like to descent this infantry onto the vehicle.
Yes.
Can I do that? Can I do that? Yeah, I'm going to do that. And that will be my first command.
Alrighty. In which case, my command is going to be to get these particular doggies moved up into cover. As well as taking the objective.
Alright. I'm advancing Hans Kilpatrick. Is water a terrain type?
Let's double check. Yes, it is shallow water.
Does
it
it
has
have
a vehicle multiplier of 1.
There we go. Okay.
Which I'm assuming means that you move at normal speed.
It means it takes 1 inch to move into it.
No, that's entrance and exit cost.
Oh, shit. Control C. Okay, so I had him at first slope. So that was 6. Okay. That's my turn. That's my second movement token.
I can't actually find the rules for that.
You found something?
And more importantly, I have not found something. Because my units have another special rule, but unfortunately I can't find anything that explains what it does. They have something called Sense 6 inches.
Sense. Oh, that would be in, I think the base rulebook.
Try.
Sense X. The unit spots all enemy units within X, even without line of sight.
Alright, well, we're not in the spotting phase, but that'll be good to know later.
Yep. Alright, it's yours.
But he's to stay 6 inches away from any of my units.
Yep.
Alright, now it's time for me to do some moving. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a brigade move. So move 5 and 5. So that group moving as a brigade to take the objective. And that will be that token.
I read your thing like a long time ago, like 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember if you have more than one subaltern team.
An excellent question. I guess you'll need to investigate my units and find them out.
Alright. I'm going to brigade move. Yep. Going to go to here.
Setting your vehicle in ambush.
Yes. Then that's less than 8 inches, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's a turn to tass around. Alright. Then exiting vehicle. And then moving here in ambush. Actually, I just need to double check like one thing for a range. God, that range is so ass. Okay. And then exiting you here. Okay. And that's 3 units moved. And then my commander who was moved. Alright, and that was my last command token.
Alrighty.
So the next phase is the identification phase.
Ah, I still have 1 token left.
I am so sorry.
In which case, we're going to do some movement with this unit. Get them in the shadow of this mountain. Now we may move on to the next phase.
Alright, the next phase is the identification phase. Alright, is anyone within 12 inches of another ambushing unit? I believe that's how it goes, right?
Yeah, an excellent question. If that's true, then I do believe
Units in ambush
somebody
can only be spotted by enemy units if they're 6 inches away or closer. Oh.
up 6 inches. Okay.
If they're in concealment, they just can't be spotted at all unless there's a height difference. I'm really liking this game. It's very interesting.
Absolutely.
And once we're learning the rules, I think everything will be a lot better. Wait. Oh, you can draw line of sight to people and buildings. Oh, fuck. Because I'm looking at on page 35 on the structures thing.
Yeah. Yeah, where basically the entire building is counted as their hitbox.
Yes, I'm just wondering. Use I'm just trying to determine if you spot the unit or if you can just attack the unit because it counts as line of sight. You know what? I think it's more interesting if we have it so that you have to actually still be buildings if you're using flat top buildings. Okay. So yeah, I think you can attack them, but you can't spot them until you do normal spotting.
Yep. So it'd be six to hit, 6 to spot, I guess.
Yeah. So that's 6. No, it's just like it's spot or you don't. It's 6 to hit if you're not.
If you're gonna be using your gun to spot.
All right. Next phase, close combat phase.
None of us are in close combat yet, and I suspect you're not going to let me.
All right. Next is objective phase.
Alrighty, how do we do objective phase, good boss?
Before the round ends, take stock of the objectives held by each player. While the definition of objective can vary by scenario, they are defined as tokens marking areas of interest on the map. Infantry units within 6 inches of an objective may capture it. If opposing infantry or vehicles within 6 inches, it is instead contested and counts towards neither side victory.
Oh no.
Vehicles may contest objectives but not capture them.
Sorry, go on.
You don't get points. It's just whoever holds the stuff at the end of the game.
Fair enough. That's actually a lot nice bookkeeping.
Some scenarios do have like objective points. This is not one of them. This is whoever controls the field at the end of the day.
Yeah. So right now I control all the points, but that won't matter for long.
Yes. All right. Is now the
upkeep.
Yeah, is now the support phase, which means upkeep. Oh, no wait, we resolved that at the fire phase. The guided missile.
Yep.
All right, so that's upkeep. That's ammo. We generate our command tokens. We declare called missions. We declare our mission targets. Declare coast on fire. Plane missions. Fire missions. It is now the fire phase. Because identification doesn't take place until after the fire phase. Wait! The identification phase! I can identify... No, I can't. I'm not within 12 inches.
Correct.
And you're technically within... You're technically still concealed? Are you? No, wait. You're not in ambush. You're out of position. But I still have to be within 12 inches to spot him. No, but you're not in ambush.
Yeah, because the trees are blocking the line that you have on me.
No, you're not in the shadow anymore.
No?
You're not in the shadow. You're not in the terrain shadow anymore. You're on the terrain.
Fair enough.
All right. So yeah, I do spot you with this unit
Alrighty.
because I'm within 12 inches. I'm sorry, Necro.
That's fine.
Although I think we all knew what that one was.
And your options are greatly limited on what it could be.
Yes. Do I spot? Because you're in ambush there in the building, right?
Correct, which means I believe those units spot each other.
Yes. Just
Oh,
outside
so
the range, yeah.
Yep, yeah, but yeah, you.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Ah, your vehicle has also been spotted. Your command post carrier, you say?
That was a fuck up on my part.
My plan has worked exactly according to the plan. I did not make it up.
Fuck you. Eat recoilless rifle. Recoilless rifle team. Fire at the recoilless rifle team. No! Your turn.
You know there's actual ammo dice you can.
Yeah, those are the ammo dice. Oh. I see. Alright, oh, the guided missile.
Yep, so we move. Now the guided missile is now out of tokens, which means your Grumble is about to get hit with a guided missile.
Let's see if it can still hit because I'm behind terrain. Behind line of sight, obscuring terrain.
Check how guided missile works.
Alright, it resolves the attack immediately.
Alrighty. So we need to now see how much it hits for. Because, let's see, it's it's going up against, it's shooting its anti-vehicle against a vehicle, which means it's shooting at a 4+.
So you just lose line of sight, so that means you can't even roll.
No?
Because once it leaves line of sight, you can't shoot the target. Because now we resolve the dice roll, and if you have no line of sight, you can't even roll.
Ah. Nope, yep, you are correct about this. So yeah, that was a waste of a missile.
No, it did its job. It made me panic. Alright, now it's your turn to do your attack movement. Attack action.
Alrighty. In which case, double checking with the recoilless rifle. And with specifically the anti-tank.
You got heat, it's range 24.
Yep, which is absolutely within range to hit you with.
Alright, I just
and we're within half range.
Yes. Just so barely.
Yeah, no, I don't think shape charge changes that at all, does it? Oh no, if hitting a vehicle, it uses its first strength, okay.
Alright, so I have toughness of 6 in the front.
Alrighty, and this thing has a strength of 8.
You may have just won the game if you hit this. So we have to
We'll
see.
find out, but
Yeah.
it has a +4 to hit, but I believe you're in cover, which means this to be a +5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So I believe force give a
+1.
Yeah. I mean, it says -1, but that I know what they mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this turns it from a 4+ to a 5+. There we go.
That's a hit.
Alrighty. And now, so yeah, 8 against your 6.
It's more than my toughness, but it's not twice as much as my toughness. So it's a 3 plus.
That looks like a 5.
Good game.
Does it just immediately explode up? Wow, that was not how I was expecting that mission to end.
I underestimated you, and I didn't measure. So let me just double check some stuff.
Yeah, oh no, I'm probably thinking of the Adam Barons who get special vehicles that can take a hit. Okay. Yeah, because I just assumed all vehicles could do that, but yeah, giant missiles aren't as obnoxious as I thought they were going to be. And I never got around to actually using my mortars, which was a little sad, but
well, we haven't resolved the full turn yet.
That's true. You might kill my leader, and make it a draw.
All right.
So do you have anything else you want to shoot with?
Well, I need to make sure that if the vehicle is dead or not.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no, the vehicle is dead. Okay, so they fired the Federal States Grenadiers.
Yep, I should probably put a shooting tub on them.
Alright, they're going to shoot the recoilless rifle guys. That's at max range, so that's a 4+, and it's a 5+ because you're in cover, right?
Yep, because I'm in the trees.
Wow, okay.
I mean, the commander literally did just explode right next to them. I could understand if they were a little frazzled.
Alright, Alright, I'm going to fire my mortar team into you.
Oh no.
So what does air filling mean?
Let us go look that up real quick.
Weapon misses, apply 2 pin rather than 1, unless the weapon cannot possibly kill its target. Okay, that's fair. And this is an indirect. Do not identify or spot the fire, but remove vehicle and... Okay, so I can just hit. So this is a 4+, and cover doesn't matter. Alright, that's a hit.
Alrighty, and who are you hitting?
The recoilless rifle team.
Fair enough. Alrighty, and the team has a toughness of 1.
Alright, so I wound on a 3-up. Alright, they're dead. Wow, that fucking sucked. That's unfortunate.
Alrighty, so Now I believe we go into my firing.
Yes. Sorry, did I skip your firing?
You did.
I'm so sorry.
Not that my firing would change at all, but I'll just take 2 shootings since you took 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
So first off, we're just for the hell of it, we're gonna have this Chasseuse attempt to shoot. It doesn't really matter which one I shoot at, because I'm not sure how dissenting works when it comes to identifying, but it's a 6-up regardless of who I shoot at. So
Yeah, because you haven't spotted anyone. All right.
nope, they have not spotted. Now, are you actually in range to shoot them?
Yes, you are.
No,
You have 12-inch range for your Shashurs.
I do not.
Oh, is it 10-inch? Oh,
It's 10-inch.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Although that might, for these Shashers, nope, they're also right range. But one thing I will be doing with my last shooting, before we end the shooting phase.
Well, I'm not done with my shooting either.
Oh, okay. So then for my next shooting, before I'm done with my shooting, is I'm going to, with one of my units who have you not yet found yet, I'm going to be shooting with a mortar. And it's going to be targeting at your state's grenadiers.
Okay.
You're in cover, which boosts that up by 1. So it's a 5 to hit. Nope, and it misses.
Mortars ignore cover, I believe.
Do they? Well, I mean, it would still be a miss anyway,
Yeah,
because it's
it would still miss, but I believe you ignore cover.
Fair enough.
Let me just make sure what light indirect does. No, wait. All right. This weapon can conduct indirect fire. Does not get half-range accuracy. Non-blind fire hit result of 6 counts as a rear attack. It has a time to target equal to X. Time to target is not reduced in half range. Do not identify or spot the firer, but rather remove vehicle ambush. And need friendly line of sight for indirect. Oh, no. Okay. So, what's the special modifiers of it? Does it have air filling?
It does have air filling.
Alright, that means I receive 2 pen tokens.
Alright. Stack these. Can.
Okay, then it's my turn.
I'm assuming you got a little more shooting to do,
Yes.
which you can just unload because I've got nothing left to shoot.
Yeah. Okay, can I shoot all of a vehicle's weapons?
It's a good question. I would assume it would depend on what kind of weapons we're talking about, because I'm assuming for the most part you can't, unless otherwise specified. Because there's multi-gun, which would let you shoot simultaneously with other weapons during fire actions. And there's also underbarrel, which lets you shoot another weapon with the same weapon. So from what I'm reading, it sounds like when you're using an attack, you can only use one of your weapons.
Okay. So it is going to shoot its 40mm grenade launcher into your guy. It ignores cover by 1 point, and it's a turret. So it's a A4, A4 6+, because it has a range of 14. So, nope, I have to get a 6+ to hit you.
Wow.
Nope, that's a miss. All right, my State's Grenadiers on top of it are going to shoot their... No, wait, I have to go up. They're going to shoot their GPMG. The XX means that it just shoots at the same attack roll regardless, right?
That's what I'm assuming. Like,
Alright,
it's specifying
that's a
that it
hit.
doesn't have one.
Okay, this doesn't get a recover, so I need a... This is a strength of... +1? Oh, no, just strength 1, and your toughness 1, right?
Correct. Because we are infantry.
Alright. You take a depletion token.
The Horde continues to fight.
Alright, okay, and I'm now going to shoot you with my snipers.
No, not snipers.
Alright, they hit. Oh, you take 2, I believe you take 3 pinning tokens.
Assuming they survive.
Yeah, assuming they survive. Now I roll for wounding. So this is a strength 1. Nope, no wounds.
So just a bunch of pins.
Yes, so that's 3 pinnings, and then that's a 4th pinning because you got shot at. And it hit but failed to wound.
Could you clone this, please?
What? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Ready. 4 pin tokens on the puppers. They're real close to berserking. There's a completely different mechanic we never got around to discussing about.
No, unfortunately not.
Because we never actually got to discuss close combat. Because turns out you're really good at not getting cut. Though we still cut the head off your snake.
Yeah, you won. That was that sucked.
Yeah, I figured putting my recoilless rifle somewhere sneaky would be the correct play.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Because I figured, like, the obvious play is to put the recoilless rifle or similar team on the bridge and just shoot down it when you try to cross over. But I figured that's such an obvious play that you'd focus a bunch of combaters there, and then when you're finding out that it's just infantry, then that would throw off your initial...
Alright, good game. You won.
Absolutely, because because my commander here. So I guess now we can, I guess just for the audience at home, we
Identification.
can reveal what the last of our stuff was, if it wasn't obvious already.
The HEMA team is the mortar team.
Yep, the HEMA is the mortar. Yeah, so unfortunately my chief didn't end up contributing a whole lot. Partly because I
He
was
survived.
still in the mindset. True. Yeah, and partly I was in the mindset that of like other war games where you need to take the objectives as soon as possible. Because I hadn't quite internalized it that you just need to hold it when you're at the end to win.
So a thing I could have done, I could have had my tank over here, and it has a 32-inch range with its laser designators. So I could have just laser designated your infantry there and knew what they were.
Could have.
I completely fucked that up.
That would have also made you very exposed. Because literally the moment I knew which one was your commander, it went boom.
Yeah, so, I mean, if I had just, like, stayed back here, you would never have been able to shoot him. Oh, well, good game.
Absolutely. obviously, yeah, there were a few mistakes on our part, like the like charging the lieutenant into the open field to get massacred.
I mean,
And
it worked.
yeah, I'm still not entirely convinced the doing the turn 1 guided missile was the correct play, but if I didn't, I would literally have not gotten to use it at all. So
I mean, I was planning on just like running all the way up to the bridge and then setting up on the bridge no matter what.
oh, so me immediately setting off the guided caused you to panic.
Well, it meant that I couldn't deploy how I wanted to, because I was always going to put my recoilless team in there.
Because you're going to be real exposed along the bridge, so you need to get
It,
out the anti-armor.
yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyways because I would have deployed my recoilless rifle, moved up my tank, and then deployed my infantry from the tank to hold the objective. Because I just completely ceded the right objective because I'm like, there's no way I'm crossing that field in time to stop whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Obviously, part of the problem is that due to the way the pre-made scenario is set up, you have different units as squads, which I kind of went very liberal on the interpretation, because like the guided missile and the Cheshires are supposed to be in a squad, but they're in completely different blocks. The subaltern's supposed to be with the HEMA, but the HEMA's all the way back here while they were busy charging the front.
Oh, so Kibble 1 actually just was your commander.
Yeah. So one thing, if I had the opportunity to change how my squads are made up, I would have just had one Chassis holding this. Probably have like most of my infantry here trying to push up. And then I probably would have still kept most of my
force. Yeah.
Yeah, just to keep you honest with the center. And
all right.
Yeah, I would have still kept my anti-armor on this bridge, because I'm like I can see why this is meant for beginners, because this is a very despite the way most maps are designed, it's very clear that the bridge is going to be the central fighting area, because you're primarily vehicles, which vehicles want to use the roads. I have mostly anti-armor, which means I want to be where the vehicles are. So we go to the bridge.
Oh man, that hurts. Turn what was that, 2 or 3?
Yeah, that would have been turn 3.
Well, I accidentally got myself blown up.
Yeah, because overall, I think you were going to win that because you were doing really good cutting my units down, but I just happened to assassinate your leader, so it didn't matter how many of mine you killed.
I think you actually probably would have. Well, no, I would have held the center and the left objective as long as I got my infantry up. And
yeah, and again, I had both my commander as well as another infantry unit just fucking around on the far flank.
All right, well, good game.
Absolutely. It'll be fun to make some custom armies and throw them at each other.